Hey y'all, it's Sarah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You can find me over on Instagram and Threads at themagicalreader, and my book Victory Gallop is now on Amazon and Etsy. Well, today's video is going to be me going through the 11 books that I have on my anticipated releases list. Some I have pre-ordered, some I have not. I will be getting from the library, and I just wanted to let you know what each of them was and why I'm excited for them. Let me know down below any of your anticipated releases for 2023 for the end of the year and 2024, and I'll see what I can add to my TBR. So first things first, my most anticipated book of 2024 probably is Crescent City 3, which is House of Flame and Shadow. So I can't really tell you anything about Crescent City other than that it is an urban fantasy by SJM with Fae involvement. And other than that, if I tell you any more, it's going to be a spoiler. So I'm excited for the third book in this series. They are probably way too long, but I don't even care. I love them so much. And this is my favorite of her 3 series. So I am very excited to get this third book. I do have it on pre-order and it is coming to me very soon. My next 2 are related. They are both by Red Tower Books and Rebecca Yarros. The first one, y'all, this book had the Instagram girlies in a tizzy, okay? Everybody it's like, what the heck is this book? It was Untitled Red Tower Book 2023. Y'all did some sleuthing. You found out it's a special edition of Fourth Wing. I am getting it because I like the cover. I've told y'all this many a time. I am a minimalist. I am not entirely interested in consumerism, but I do love the cover of this one, and it's going to match the sprayed edges of Iron Flame, which is my next book that I'm really excited for, which is the sequel to Fourth Wing. I'm going to borrow one of my friend's sayings today and say, I love this book a normal amount. I'm not obsessed. I love it a normal amount. But I do think it'll be nice for my editions to match. Sorry, my dog is laying right here on the bed and he's just like scratching his face to no end. So if you can hear that, you're welcome. Yeah, so I'm excited for the new special edition. I like the cover better. So I like the sprayed edges of the first edition better, but I actually like the cover of this one better. I think it matches a little bit better with Iron Flame. And I may keep my first edition. I may give it or sell it to someone. Who knows? But yeah, so I did purchase this one because I think it's going to match a little bit better. And yeah, so I'm really excited to have this one. I did pre-order it. Griffey, can you lay down, sweetie? That's a good boy. Like running around on top of the mattress. So yes, I did pre-order the Fourth Wing special edition. The price went way down. It was super high at first, but it went way down. And then I also have Iron Flame pre-ordered. So both of these will appear on my doorstep at the same time, hopefully, which is exciting. I don't typically pre-order books unless I have already read from the series or from the author, so that is why I pre-ordered Iron Flame. I did not pre-order Fourth Wing or get it immediately. So the next one I have on my list is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. I'm super excited for this one. For the next couple that I don't know as much details in my brain about, I'm gonna read from the screen above me. So hopefully that helps you guys know what the book's about and if you would be interested in it. So this one says, when an injury throws a young battle-hungry orc off of her chosen path, she may find what we need isn't always what we seek. Set in the world of New York Times bestselling Legends and Lattes, Travis Baldree's Bookshops and Bone Dust takes us on a journey of high fantasy, first loves, and secondhand books. So love that, right? So I read Legends and Lattes. I told y'all this before. I really liked it. It's short, it's easy, it is stress-free. I'm sure this one will be the same, but it'll be a different story set in a bookshop rather than a coffee shop. So similar but different. I'm sure I will love it. But yes, I have this one pre-ordered as well. The next one I'm not going to give too much information on because It is the 5th book in a series, and even if I read the beginning of the synopsis for you, I will probably spoil something from the original trilogy. I know a lot of people have already read it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of information, and that is The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Y'all know I'm obsessed with her. I pre-ordered this book because I basically read everything she has and I love them all. So what I can tell you about this one is it says, get caught up in the puzzles, games, danger, romance, and riches of this lush new chapter in the #1 best-selling Inheritance Game saga. 7 tickets, an island of dreams, the chance of a lifetime. If that doesn't sound like tropical Willy Wonka, which is what I want my life to be, then I don't know what does. So yes, I am very excited for this. It says there will be fan favorite characters, new characters. I love this series. I will read it until the end of time. So if she writes 100 books in this series, I will read all of them. I will be 130 years old reading all of these books. So that is The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I do have this pre-ordered. So the next one is infamously the book that I read on my honeymoon and immediately bought the second one while sitting on a beach. On my Kindle. This one is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. It is getting a traditional publishing moment from, I believe, Tor. And what I'll tell you from the description is The Hunger Games meets vampires in this heart-wrenching epic fantasy romance of dark magic and bloodthirsty intrigue from best-selling author Carissa Broadbent. It says, for humans and vampires, the rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always, always guard your heart. So this is vampires in the best way. I read this book in like 2 sittings. I couldn't pull away from it. I literally looked at my husband of like 2 days, and was like, this is my new personality. I will never stop raving about this book. So I love Serpent and the Wings of Night. It is like, this book is a certain way, and then the sequel, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, is a completely different kind of book. Related sequel, right? Within the series, vampires, everything, same characters, but it's like 2 totally different experiences. So I am so excited to finally get a hard copy of this book. I have it on my Kindle, obviously, like I was saying before. I'm excited to get a hard copy of it. Barnes & Noble is publishing it. Well, Tor is publishing it. Barnes & Noble will have it in stock. So I have this one pre-ordered, and I can't wait to scoop it up. Yeah, that's Griffey. Y'all have asked for more Griffey moments, so you're welcome there. But anywho, so the next book on my list is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I have not pre-ordered this. I'm a Leigh Bardugo fan. I love the Grishaverse. I love all the books that I've read so far. I read the Grisha trilogy, and I read the Six of Crows duology. I'm making my way towards King of Scars. I started Ninth House, was a little overwhelmed by it. She went like full on adult. It was not my cup of tea. But she has a new book out called The Familiar, and it says, from New York Times bestselling author of Ninth House, Hellbent, and creator of the Grishaverse series comes a highly anticipated historical fantasy set in the Spanish Golden Age. So I haven't read anything else about what the story is about. There's a huge synopsis here in front of me on this page, but I'm just gonna go headfirst into it without knowing anything else. The cover is super creepy. It has like a hand holding some sort of jewelry or a chain or something, and it has a bug on the hand, and it's giving me the creeps. But yes, historical fantasy set in the Spanish Golden Age. I'm going to get this from my library just because I don't know if I'm going to like it. Yeah, and we'll see what we think. So The Familiar is coming out in 2024. All right, so the next one that I have on my list is This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. So I saw her first book in this series called Before I Let Go. I saw it on a couple people's Instagrams, I think Elite Reading, Goody Reads, a couple different people, and honestly a lot of people have shared it a lot. Up until this year, I didn't really read contemporary romance, and I still only read, 1, 2, 3 a year. I saw the cover reveal for this book on Threads the other day, and oh my gosh, these books have the most beautiful covers. They're absolutely stunning. And so I think this is going to be my next contemporary romance series that I'm going to check out. I've heard Before I Let Go is like devastating, but I can take that. So yeah, I'm super excited for these books. Again, the covers really drew me in. I love everything about it. So do I know what they're about? Absolutely not. Do I need to? No, I'm just gonna dive head in. So I hope I love them. The last like 3 contemporary romances I've read, I've been obsessed with. So I think these are gonna be the next good ones on my list. Okay, so the next one is The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. So, I mean, her first album was my first cassette, right? Like I had the hit clips of Britney. I love Britney. I hope that this book is helpful to her. In her journey, she's talked a lot about previously being in a conservatorship and being forced to work and do certain things. So hopefully, that she's out of that conservatorship, she's able to tell her story in a way that she wants to. So I'm interested to read this book. I read Paris Hilton's memoir earlier this year. She went through some of the worst things you can imagine. And, Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, those women who were performers, entertainers, actresses, whatever they were during the early 2000s, that the media was just so ridiculously tough on and abusive to, really, for no reason other than they were talented women, or had a famous name, or were well known, or displayed some level of something, right? Star quality, if you will. The media just went at them. So I feel for those women. I know the way that they were treated is horrendous. And I really hope that Britney's story is able to come through as it should. So I'm going to get this one from the library. I know they'll have it. I'm really looking forward to reading her book. However we can support her and help her tell, get her story out in the world. So I'm definitely going to read and review The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. All right, y'all, we've got 2 books left. This one I have an arc of. I think it comes out maybe in November, December of this year. I have an e-arc of this one, and it's called What the River Knows. I am so excited to read this book because it says The Mummy meets Death on the Nile. The Mummy meets Death on the Nile. It says, in this lush, immersive historical fantasy set in Egypt filled with adventures, arrivals to lover, romance, and a dangerous race where everything is on the line. So the main character is Bolivian-Argentinian Inez Oliveira, and she meets up with an archaeologist in Egypt for some sort of archaeological adventure. I am super excited for this. I actually haven't read a book by this author before, but I'm super hyped for this one, and I hope it's really good. Okay, and the last book that I'm going to talk about is technically already out. I have an audio arc of this one, and I'm going to probably listen to it this week, but I'm sure you all have heard of this one. The cover is beautiful. I'm going to read the description. It is above me on my computer here. It says, the fates of 2 bitter enemies with opposing magical abilities are swept together in the Hurricane Wars, the spellbinding debut in a fantasy romance trilogy, which is exciting, set in a Southeast Asian-inspired world ravaged by storms, perfect for fans of Fourth Wing and ACOTAR. I'm already here for it, okay? I'm already here for it. It says, all Taliesin has ever known as the Hurricane Wars, growing up an orphan in a nation under siege by the ruthless Night Emperor, she found her family among the soldiers who fight for freedom. But she's hiding a deadly secret. Light magic courses through her veins, a blazing power believed to have been wiped out only years ago that can cut through the Night Empire's shadows. Light magic, shadow magic. Okay, I'm already here for it. Prince Alaric, the Emperor's only son and heir, has been tasked with obliterating any threats to the Night Empire's rule with the strength of his armies and a mighty shadow magic. He discovers the greatest threat yet in Taliesin, a girl burning brightly on the battlefield with a magic that killed his grandfather, turned his father into a monster, and ignited the Hurricane Wars. He tries to kill her, but in a clash of light and dark, their powers merge and create a force the likes of which has never been seen. Okay, so I'm reading this description for the first time right now, and I'm like, their powers merge. Oh my gosh. Okay, this war can only end with them, but an even greater danger is coming, and the strange magic they create together could be the only way to overcome it. Taliesin and Alaric must decide, are they fated to join hands or to destroy each other? Ooh, I'm excited. Okay. An exquisite fantasy brimming with unforgettable characters and sizzling enemies to lovers romance set in a richly drawn world. The Hurricane Wars marks the breathtaking debut of an extraordinary new writer. Okay, so it's a debut as well. It's a trilogy. It's a debut. Fantasy romance trilogy set in a Southeast Asian world ravaged by storms. Okay, yes. And it is blurbed as being good for Fourth Wing fans and ACOTAR fans. If that doesn't sound perfect, I don't know what does, okay? So I'm so excited that I have an e-arc or an audio arc of this one. It came out this past week, but I'm super hyped to read it. I have no idea when this video is actually going to upload because I'm a hot mess. Like I said, there's no furniture in this room. We're in the process of moving. Instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing here at our house, I am pre-filming like 7 YouTube videos. So, yeah, you are welcome for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. These are the 11 books that I am most highly anticipating reading in the next year or so. I'm sure more things will pop up. Now that I'm saying that, Silverborn by Jessica Townsend, the 4th book in the Nevermore. Getting my like fandoms overlapped. The Nevermore series is coming out next year. It's been pushed back a couple years, and that's coming out this year. But other than that, I think that is everything that I can think of for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've got a minute and you like what you've seen, and please comment down below if you want to read any of these with me when they come out, or if you have anticipated releases that I have not heard of or I did not mention. Yeah, please let me know down below. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye y'all.